Jalaya. Well, that's the way we say hello in Bolivia. Hello, children. How are you people doing? I'm Saurabh Kumar Dutt, and I'm here to teach you people a little bit of mathematics. Now, children, this fascinating place that you get to see is Valle de Luna, La Paz, Bolivia. It is 11,975 feet above sea level. It is said that earlier it used to be at the base of C. Cortez. It looks like a forest of stalagmites, and that is the reason why it resembles like that of a valley on the moon. Make sure to have the favorite sweet dish of this place, La Paz, that is leche asada, and also tell all the people of Bolivia that you get to meet Jalaya. In this note, children, I'm going to say again Jalaya, but now it is to compound angles, as today we are going to look up a lecture where we'll be discussing how to do a sum on compound angles. Now, before we get started and we look up that sum, the first thing that I'd like to tell you people is a few formulae with the help of which you will be able to sort out the sums which have been given to you in compound angles. Now, children, as you know that you have sine theta, cos theta, tan theta. When we talk about compound angles, we actually not just talk about a single angle, but we talk about the double of the angle, we talk about the triple of the angle, or we can even talk about fractional values of the angle for which we have different formulae. Now, let us say if we now talk about sine 2 theta, I'm sure you're able to understand here that we are talking about a multiple angle because with theta we have 2 here, right? And children, the formula of this is given as 2 sine theta cos theta, right? So this is a formula for a compound angle of sine when we talk about the number which is multiplied with the angle to be 2. Now, similarly, children, we also have a formula for cos. Now, let's look that up even. So, if we talk about cos 2 theta, then it is given by a few formulae. I will discuss it now. The first is we can write it to be cos square theta minus sine square theta. The next is again cos 2 theta can be written to be equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1. Then we have cos 2 theta which is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square theta. So these are a few formulae which are there in compound and multiple angles that at the moment we are going to consider, right? Later obviously there is much more which in times to come is going to be discussed with you in detail so that any ambiguity that you have is always solved. So children, let me quickly discuss here. When we talk about sine 2 theta, then that's equal to 2 sine theta cos theta. Cos 2 theta is equal to cos square theta minus sine square theta. Cos 2 theta is equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1, and cos square theta is also equal to 1 minus 2 sine square theta. I'm sure, Rajesh, you're able to understand everything? Yeah? Really? That's good. Now make sure you stay till the end of this lecture. Only then you will be able to understand everything that I want to convey to you people so that you can be helped in this topic of compound multiple angles. Now another thing, children, that when you get to see this lecture, there in the description you will find a course which will take you fully through this topic and will make you all confident. So make sure you go to that course, take it and learn it so that any question which comes your way in compound and multiple angles, you are able to do that with ease. Okay, having said that, let's continue with what I have for you people today. Now the question, children, that I have for you people is something like this. Like I always do, I like you people to take a little time for trial, and after that I'll be discussing the sum with you people. Right. So children, in this question we've been given to prove sine theta plus sine 2 theta, which is divided by 1 plus cos theta plus cos 2 theta, is equal to tan theta. Now we find that the left hand side looks to be more manipulative. That means it has more to do with, and that is why we will pick it up and we will try proving it, right, to be equal to the right hand side, which is pretty simple. That is just tan theta. Now children, here the first term sine theta can be written to be just as it is in its simplest form. However, for sine 2 theta, we've just learned a formula that is 2 sine theta cos theta is going to be written in place of sine 2 theta. And then children, what we do is in the denominator now we will talk about 1 plus cos theta to be written as it is. However, if you talk about cos 2 theta, then we have a formula of cos 2 theta which can eliminate this extra 1, and that is if we talk about 2 cos square theta minus 1, then this is a formula that we can apply here. Now to quickly remind you people, I will just write these formulae. The first is when you talk about sine 2 theta, then that's equal to 2 sine theta cos theta, right? And further then, if you talk about cos 2 theta, then that becomes equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1, the one that we are using. Obviously, you have learned more. Now children, we will apply all of this and see what will happen. We get to see here that minus 1 will get cancelled with plus 1, and thus this polynomial in the denominator now has become a binomial. Now children, to factorize it is going to be pretty simple. Now if we talk about the numerator, we find that we can take sine theta to be common outside, and then inside we'll be left out with 1 plus 2 cos theta, right? Now children, if you talk about the denominator, in the denominator here you get to see that you also have cos theta common outside, and inside then you'll be left out with 1 plus 2 cos theta, right? And then further you get to see that 1 plus 2 cos theta is something which is common with the numerator and the denominator, and also is in multiplication. As such, it is going to get cancelled. Now further then what you will do is here you are just left out with sine theta upon cos theta, and thus we will write this as sine theta upon cos theta. And as you all know that when you talk about sine theta upon cos theta, then that becomes equal to tan theta. As such, here this is equal to tan theta. And now children, if you match with what is there in the right hand side, this actually matches exactly, and thus you can say that thus the left hand side comes equal to the right hand side, and therefore we can say that this stands to be proved, right? So children, now I'll just quickly discuss the sum all over. In the question you've been given here that there is something to be proved, which is sine theta plus sine 2 theta divided by 1 plus cos theta plus cos 2 theta is equal to tan theta. Now here children, as there are two sides to this identity, what you have to do is you got to pick up any one side and prove it equal to the other side. Now children, if we would have picked up tan theta, then to prove it equal to this complicated entity would have become very difficult, right? And that is the reason why we do what, we pick up that side which is more manipulative or more to do with, and thus here we pick up the left hand side and prove it equal to the easier right hand side, right? Now on picking up the left hand side, we have sine theta plus sine 2 theta. Now as we've just learned, we can keep the value of sine 2 theta to be equal to 2 sine theta cos theta, right? And further then in the denominator we have 1 plus cos theta, and we have a few formulae of cos 2 theta, remember, and the one that we're going to apply will be 2 cos square theta minus 1, so that minus 1 plus 1 gets cancelled. However, these are the three formulae. Initially you will always hidden try. That means you will try out this, then you will see, you will try out this, then you will see. Might be you do it actually, or you just do it mentally, but obviously all the formulae should be in front of you as to which is to be applied and which is not to be applied. So here you get to see that if you apply the second formula, then there will be maximum benefit, and thus here what we do is in place of cos 2 theta we write it to be 2 cos square theta minus 1. Now plus 1 minus 1 will get cancelled. As such, here you will have cos theta plus 2 cos square theta, which is going to be left in the denominator, which now is a binomial. That means an algebraic expression containing two terms, where earlier it was a polynomial and algebraic expression which had four terms. Now children, next what we do is we find that in the numerator we can take sine theta to be common outside, and then inside we'll be left out with 1 plus 2 cos theta. And if you talk about the denominator here, you will have cos theta which can be taken common outside, and then inside you will have 1 plus 2 cos theta. Now 1 plus 2 cos theta will get cancelled from the numerator and from the denominator, and you will now just be left out with sine theta upon cos theta. Now children, as you know that sine theta upon cos theta is the same as tan theta, therefore we can write it to be tan theta. And now children, if you match with what we have on the right hand side, we actually have tan theta, and that is the reason why you will say that this is equal to right hand side, and therefore this stands to be proved. So Rajesh and everybody else in the class, clear? Now why am I calling Rajesh's name today? Because he is the one who is in spotlight. Okay, so any confusion? Okay, these were just a few formulae. In times to come there is going to be much more. So when there is a few formulae which are there before you, then make sure that you learn them properly, you write them once or twice and commit them to your brain, right? Because in times to come, when more come, then obviously you will have already learned those formulae which you have looked up earlier, and thus learning up these new formulae will become less difficult. So make sure when there are a few formulae which have been discussed, first learn it, practice it, and keep it ready for times to come. Right now children, now there is one question that Rakib has. Yeah, if you talk about here sine theta and cos theta, they have two formulae more. Now if you talk about sine theta, then it can be written as in the form of tan. Right now here, as I have written sine theta, I will just make this change as sine 2 theta, as we are talking about double of angles or compound angles. Now this children is written as 2 tan theta, which is divided by 1 plus tan square theta. Now if it is written in terms of cos, then there is another formula, that is we talk about cos 2 theta, which becomes equal to 1 minus tan square theta, which is divided by 1 plus tan square theta. As there was nothing to do with tan, and that is the reason why I did not discuss these formulae, but these are two more formulae that you have which are in relation to sine and cos of 2 theta. So I'll just quickly discuss it once more. Sine 2 theta is equal to 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta, and cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. Obviously from here you can directly get the value of tan 2 theta. That is, if you divide the first equation by the second equation, you will get sine 2 theta upon cos 2 theta, which will become equal to tan 2 theta, and then the common denominator will get cancelled and you will get it to be 2 tan theta upon 1 minus tan square theta. So that is another third formula for you. So in this chapter you will find that there are many formulae, but you got to learn them with some of the other techniques so that learning does not become a very difficult task. So I'm sure all of you people must have understood all of this now that you are there till the end of this lecture. But one thing that I like from you people is I like you people to write as a comment what is something special that you learned in this lecture, right? And I really look forward to you people writing that comment. Also do write which is the next topic that you like me to make a lecture on, so that things become more easy for you, as I always try to help my students. Now one thing more, if you have liked this lecture, so I'm sure in times to come there are going to be more lectures which you like, right? So make sure you subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon, and as you've liked it, obviously press like, and that is something which gives a motivation to the creator, and the creator does make many more content which is good for you people, and in times to come it's really going to help you people. So bye children, have a nice time and do study mathematics. Bye.